Hey guys, welcome back to Magic TV. My name's Craig. It is 9 o'clock on a Monday, which means it's time for a 5x5. This is where I take 5 subjects related to magic. I spend 5 minutes talking about each subject. I move on to the next subject. It's always quick. It's always snappy. You never know what you're going to get. And today I'm going to do a special on Greg Wilson, but not specifically Greg Wilson as a whole, but 5 tricks with packs of cards that Greg has created over his career. Look, I'm a huge fan of Greg Wilson. My performing character is very much based on like a cross between Jay Sankey, Greg Wilson, Scott Alexander, who were all really big influences for me when I was first getting into Magic. And a lot of people that are new into Magic, they know a lot of Greg's newer items, but may not be aware of some of the stuff that he released back in the day. And 2 of my favourite DVDs of all time were Card Stunts by Greg Wilson and Pyrotechnic Pasteboards. Now, both of these DVDs were chock full of incredible card magic. And both of these DVDs you can actually now get as downloads from Penguin Magic. They might be available other places, but I know Penguin has got the rights for a lot of this stuff. So what you're going to see is 5 of my favourite card routines from Card Stunts and Pyrotechnic Pasteboards. Other than one of the routines, which I'll get to, the other 4 are all just regular decks of cards. You can do them anytime, anywhere, and they are super good. So my hope here is that there's some people that haven't watched these DVDs that might not be aware of how amazing at card magic Greg Wilson is, and I'm hopefully going to be sending you down a Greg Wilson card magic rabbit hole. But without further ado, we're going to get straight into it, and we're going to start off with Box Spring. Uses a deck of cards, regular deck of cards. 52 cards, 52 possibilities, and in all honesty with you, I'm going to tell you the truth, which, let's be honest, if you're a magician, telling the truth is not something that we're really good at. But I'm actually going to use for this trick the 4 aces. I keep the 4 aces over there, so I'll put the 4 aces there. I didn't really, I'll palm them out, but let's not worry about that. Right, so we've got 4 aces, and we've got a lot of magic. Are you ready for the incredible magic that you're going to see with the 4 aces, yes? Now, normally I would sign these. I would have you sign these, but we're going to cut to the chase. I haven't got a pen, so we're going to cut to the chase, and we're going to take the 4 aces and put them into 4 different parts of the deck. So the first ace goes around about there. Yeah. The second ace goes up a little bit higher. The third ace goes up a little bit higher still, and the final ace will put that kind of near the top. So we have 4 aces going into 4 different parts of the deck. Can you see that? Yeah. 4 aces, 4 different parts of the deck, and I'll square them all up like that, and I'll even give the cards 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cuts. And shall I give them 1 shuffle as well? Yeah. 1 shuffle, just like that. In other words, would you agree, kids, that those aces are quite lost in the deck of cards?
Well, you said you're going to only tell the truth, so if you actually are, then yeah.
Yeah, don't forget, right, that magicians lie for a living. You should know that more than anybody. You know, we're the only family where we encourage you to lie, but that's kind of weird. So the deck goes inside the box, right, Thea? And the idea is I have to find the 4 aces. Now, that is a difficult thing to do. Do you know why it's such a difficult thing to do, Thea?
Why?
Because first of all, I shuffle them into the pack.
Oh, yeah.
Second of all, the cards are in the box. Surely you can understand why that's quite tricky. Yeah. First of all, they're shuffled into the deck. Second of all, even if they weren't shuffled into the deck and they're on top of the deck, they're in the bloody box there. Makes it rather tricky. But look, if I snap my fingers with my magical snap, what actually happens is I can pull 1 card out of the box and 1 card only, and that would be the first ace. Shall I do this again for you, Thea? Watch the second one. All I have to do is just pull it out through the side of the box. There we go. That's card number 2. They keep coming through. Watch the next one. There's a button there. Watch. Press the button. Takes a second. There you go. That's ace number 3. Well done. And the last one, you get it out with a bit of a karate chop. Watch. You just go, hi-ya, just like that. And that would be the last one. That's ace number 4 out the box. And the 4 aces have indeed been found from out the box. And that is Box Spring. So what you just saw there was a performance of Box Spring by Greg Wilson. Now, what I love about this trick, it is literally anytime, anywhere. It's a regular deck of cards. And it's the perfect trick to do once you've actually made the 4 aces appear or the 4 queens or whatever it may be. And that's important. You know, I've talked on this channel all the time about transitioning from one routine into the other and how to actually transition. And this allows you to do that. Now, the other really cool thing about this trick is that it's very, very different to anything out there. Even since box spring has come out, there's been nothing else similar to it, really, to be perfectly honest. The idea of finding the four of a kind by actually putting them in the box and then finding them by having them penetrate through a card box is just simply amazing. Now, the way that Greg routined this, and he managed to do it with no gimmick decks, with no gimmick box, and just do it through pure sleight of hand. I mean, the thinking and the routining behind this is kind of bordering on genius, to be perfectly honest. When I first started learning box spring, and by the way, I think this is on pyrotechnic pasteboards, if I'm not mistaken. When I first started learning box spring, I was like, oh my gosh, this is hard. I'm never going to be able to do this. This is just not something I'm going to be able to do. But you know what? Over the years, I've practiced it and I've rehearsed it. And now it's something that I do in my set an awful lot. If I'm doing stuff with a regular deck of cards, box spring, there's a very good chance that that's going to come into the repertoire. And it's a great way to, like let's say that you've done a gambling demo and you've gone and found the four aces. Well, what this does is it allows you to do the same trick again, but up the difficulty rating. Well, you know what? I'm going to do that same thing again. I'm going to find the four aces, but I'm going to do it without even touching the cards. And then that's exactly what you do. Now, the very cool thing about this that Greg didn't talk about on the download, but it's worth mentioning, is this is a great way to do a deck switch, because once you produce the final ace, that's all anyone wants to look at. It's very, very easy to switch one box deck for another box deck. So you've got a gimmick deck that you've rung in, or the moniker, or whatever it is that you want to do. So there you go. That's the first Greg Wilson trick that I wanted to talk about. It's called box spring. Now we're going to be looking at a second Greg Wilson trick, and this is called Phoenix Split. Normal deck of cards, absolutely normal deck of cards, correct. Correct, Amundo. Deck of 52 cards. Now, Thea, if I was going to have a four of a kind, if I was playing cards and I was going to have a four of a kind, what would be the best four of a kind to have? So four, like the 4 3s, 4 2s. If you were going to play cards, you'd want the four. No. What's the best four of a kind to have in a deck of cards?
Aces.
4 aces, like you can get the 4 aces or the 4 3s or the 4 2s or the 4 9s. The best cards to have are the 4 aces because they're the most powerful. You get it? Yeah, good. So we're going to try and get the 4 aces. Are you ready, dear? Watch this. This is going to blow your socks off. Are you wearing socks?
Doesn't look like she's watched that much magic, has she?
I think she's watched a lot of magic. I think she's just sleepy this morning. But I just cut to a 4 of hearts.
Oh.
Now that's not great, I understand, but you
can
use the 4 of hearts to actually get the 4 aces.
Really?
Yeah, because you see, you can take this 4 of hearts and you can actually split it into 2 2s, because that's what 4 is made up of. It's made up of the 4 2s. Once I've got it split into the 4 2s, then I can go for the aces. Look, I'm going to try and go for the 2 red aces first of all. All I have to do is take that red ace and I can split it into 2 red aces. You see, that makes sense. Do you understand what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
So we've got the 2 red aces, you can hold on to those, and I've got over here, I have to split this 2 into the 2 black aces. Watch, 1, 2, watch here, 3, that's the 2 black aces, and now we've got the 4 aces, the 2 red aces, the 2 black aces, and now I can begin my trick. I'm glad you liked it, Thea. Thank you very much. So what you just saw there is Phoenix Split, and it's very much based on a lot of Paul Harris methodology. I think it was Paul Harris that was the first person to do sort of the Las Vegas split style routine of producing 4 aces by splitting 2 2s, by splitting a 4. But this is Greg's handling for it, and his handling is very, very streamlined. I love how he rings in the 2 black aces at the end and holds them together as one. It's kind of a bit like an impasse and not really, and it's just very, very clever. And the nice thing about this, a lot of Greg's stuff is very, very hard, or it requires a bit of practice. This is not that difficult to do. In fact, this is quite easy to do. It means that you can focus on presentation, you can focus on kind of the most important things about it, which is, presentation. But if you are doing any sort of gambling demonstration, I'm telling you right now, first of all, you've got that magician in trouble where you produce the 4. When you split that thing into 2 2s, it's kind of like a What am I seeing? It looks like the sort of trick that should use gimmick cards, and it doesn't. It's just a regular deck. Is there a setup? Yes. Is it a very simple setup to get to on the fly? Absolutely. Does it knock your spectators out stone cold dead? Yes. And I'll tell you right now, for many, many years, I opened with Las Vegas, not with Las Vegas, but I opened with Phoenix Split, and then I went into Box Spring, and that was my set in restaurants for many, many years. But it's a cool routine. If you haven't learnt it before, it's a great way to produce 4 aces. Right, so there you go. That's your second Greg Wilson card routine that you might not have seen before. Now we're going to move on with number 3. And the third thing we're going to be looking at is probably my favourite Greg Wilson trick of all time. Now, I've studied Greg for years. I've performed a lot of his material, but I'm telling you right now, this is probably my favourite trick that he's ever created. It's called Point Blank. We're going to look at that one right now. I don't think you've seen this. I'm going to do this to Ryland and Thea. Guys, I have a very special deck of cards here. This is a special deck because it has no ink on it. There's no fronts, there's no backs. These are what cards look like before they are shuffled. Ryland, it's really important that these are in a random order. Would you like to give them a shuffle? It's very difficult to get a deck of cards like this, Thea. You have to send off for it from eBay.
They're in a completely random order.
Yeah,
they're all shuffled up because they weren't shuffled up before.
Perfect, completely random order. Thea, you're about to see the greatest trick of all time. Are you excited? First of all, Thea, take any card that you want, but do not show me. Look at it, remember it. Show the camera, but do not show me.
Oh, that's a good card.
Now, Thea, put the card back anywhere you want. Now watch this, Thea, watch this. You put the card back there, yeah? Watch this. I'm going to put it in the pack. Now watch this. If I just press the button and snap my fingers, your card comes to the top of the pack, Thea.
Whoa. Whoa.
No, look, I'll do it again. Look. You put it right down in the middle of the deck. You push it all the way in, you riffle, and just like that, your card comes straight to the top of the pack.
Whoa!
The thing is, they're all blank.
Yeah, but no, that's your card though, see.
Look, there, that's your card.
Hang on, no, look, I'll tell you what, we'll make it easier for you to follow. Can you sign your name on the card? On the face. There, that's the back. Sign it on. Okay, sign it on the face of the card. If you could, please. Thank you. Now, big letters. Don't want little letters at the top. I want it all over the card. What are you doing? She's turning it into the 9 of hearts. She's turning the card into the 9 of hearts. What are you doing? Oh my God. She's even going to the trouble of putting 9 hearts on it. Oh, this is ridiculous.
Can I do this?
No! This is not a thing that's meant to be done. I've done this trick for over a decade and I've never had anyone turn it into an actual playing card. You weird girl.
I want to turn one into the Ace of Spades.
First of all, bicycle cards don't have 4 indices. Oh no, you put Thea on both sides. Okay. And second of all, I'm pretty sure if that card went through quality control at Bicycle, they'd think that the person that made it was drunk. Because that's just weird. But okay, right. So we've got...
It's supposed to be 2 columns.
It's fine.
It's fine.
It's fine. This is weird. Right, okay. It's so weird, but it's okay. It looks more impressive now that you've created that abomination. Because look, when you put it down in the middle, right? And you put it all the way in, push it in. You wait a second. You riffle, you press the button. And when you do, the card comes to the top of the pack.
See?
There you go, your card. That's impressive. I'll do it again. Look, the card really does go down into the middle. You push it all the way in. You wait a couple of seconds, and if you watch carefully, you'll see it come right up to the top of the pack. Now, sometimes people turn around to me and they say, Craig, because that's my name, they say, Craig, it's not really going into the middle. So to prove it is, you hold it face up, and you put it into the middle somewhere, any way you want to. No, that's the bottom, but if you want to go near the bottom, that's fine. It's up to you, I don't really care. You make it hard for me, Thea, that's absolutely fine. How many cards down would you say that card was?
100.
There's only 52 cards in the deck, but I don't know.
20?
Well, because you put it face up, watch what happens. It comes to the top of the pack, but it has to do it face up, you see. So when you do that, what happens is it comes to the top of the pack face up.
See? So cool, isn't it?
But every single time, it works every time. Look, all I have to do is take that card, pop it down into the middle. You push it in yourself. Press the button. Turn the card over. See, it works every single time. Now, a lot of people, when I do this, they turn around to me and they say, Craig, like I said, that's my name. They say, Craig, I know how it works. All of the cards are the same. Every single one of them has got that like little 9 of hearts on it. That's ridiculous. It's not like we could have an entire deck where every single card is the same. That would be stupid to have every single one of these cards, every single one of them as your card. That would be ridiculous. It means that everywhere we cut, no matter where we can cut immediately to your card every single time. It doesn't matter where we cut, we'd always cut to your card. That is basically what people think I do. Now, I don't do that. I know I don't do that because your card has been in my pocket from the very beginning, so I couldn't do that. These cards really are just blank on both sides. But I'm going to give you a souvenir, Thea. I'm going to give you a souvenir. I'm going to pop your card just over there. Ryan, will you help me? Can you take the pen for me?
I will take the pen.
And you're going to pick a card as well, okay? So as I go through, just say stop.
Stop.
Perfect. Can you do me a favour? Can you write your name on here?
And do not turn
I
it
want to
into...
write it.
You have to put your name on the other 2 sides as well.
Shut up, Thea. Oh my God.
You knew this was coming.
Ace of what? The Ace of Spades.
No, it's his favourite card, the Ace of Hearts. We could be here a while.
No, spades.
Oh, is it Ace of Spades now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ace of spades. No.
Did you know the Ace of Spades is also known as the card of death, which is quite appropriate because right now I feel like I want to kill you.
Very nice.
I think I got it started.
Shut up, Thea. What is going on?
There you go, look, we've got that, and then we just do it in the middle.
Oh, kid, just... I remember saying to you, oh, the kids are here, Michael. Why don't we do a couple of good tricks on them? Oh, that's a good idea. That won't take long, will it? Yes, it will.
You didn't expect it to turn into just an art lesson.
No, usually it's not just coloured in, but I'm going to colour it in.
Magical arts and craft with Ryland and Thea. Okay, great.
When he's doing that, you can do a joke, one of your silly
You
jokes.
can do a joke.
Yeah, do the toilet one.
Toilet one. What are we on
My
about now?
jokes are amazing.
No, do a joke, then. Do a joke. Do a joke.
Hey, Michael, do you know why? Do you know what you call it if you can't go to sleep or at all in the night? And the reason is you're constantly sitting up all night thinking about eating. You know what it's called?
What?
Insomnom nom 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 yeah. Dad joke. You're welcome. Are we done?
Yeah.
No, you need to write your name on.
Oh yeah, you did say write your name on.
In both corners.
In both corners, it makes you look better.
Okay, there.
To be honest, at this point, I don't even know if I want to do the trick. What are you doing? Okay, we're done now. Please can I have the card back?
It's covered in white.
Stop it now! Just stop it! Give me the card! Right.
You did one sad
Where
thing.
was I?
Don't know.
So,
You asked me to pick a card, and then
yeah.
pick
So
the card.
look, I'm going to drop. Right, so you guys are siblings, your brother and sister, you're best friends, you never argue, you never bicker. So because of that, I'm going to try and do something. I'm going to try and create a little special souvenir for you, Thea. So every time you look at it, you can realise how wonderful Ryland is as a big brother. So look, you keep an eye on Ryland's card. Thea, also keep an eye on your card. Is that okay? Yeah? Keep an eye on Ryland's card, but also keep an eye on
I'm
your
only going to keep an eye on Riley's card because I can't trust him.
Mine's
Oh yeah. We're going to definitely keep an eye on Ryland's card. We can't trust him. Watch. It looks. It happens on the count of 3. Thea. You see, all I have to do is pull on all of your hearts 3 times. Once, twice, 3 times, and I can pull all of those hearts off your card, Thea. And just like you guys are going to be siblings forever, now these 2 cards are fused together into one, piece for piece, fibre for fibre. And every time you look at that, you can remember why you and Ryland are awesome.
No, that's mine right.
No,
that's
it's hers,
mine.
not yours.
Oh, no.
Don't care. So, what you just saw there is point blank. And for me, this is even better than an ambitious card. I know what you're thinking. Oh my God, I can't believe Craig said that. And I know what you're talking about, but this is genuinely better than an ambitious card, in my opinion. Because, first of all, you've got this blank deck, and it means that you've got that really funny bit at the beginning where you're having them pick a card and put it in the deck, and it comes to the top. And then after that, you're going into the ambitious card sequence, but it's so much easier because you're using a double blank deck of cards. You can have displays that you wouldn't normally have. And there's so much stuff going on. You've got ambitious cards, you've got everywhere and nowhere style routines, style sequences, you've got card to pocket or card to wallet. And I love the fact that it finishes with an anniversary waltz. Now, my favourite anniversary waltz is Easy Waltzer, which is off the Nectrix. And I perform that all of the time. But if I'm not going to perform Easy Waltzer, and I want to do an anniversary waltz finale, then the way that I'm going to do that is with point blank, because it gives me, you know what, when I entered competitions back in the day, a lot of the time when I entered competitions, I would do point blank because this was kind of underground at the time when I started doing it, and not many people did it. And it's the sort of thing that magicians watch and they immediately go, oh my God, that's amazing, I love that. Point blank's great. I know a lot of workers do it. It's a very common Greg Wilson trick these days. Back in the day it wasn't. But if you've never studied point blank, man, you just throw a double blank deck of cards in your case and you put that into your pocket and you're set to do this again and again and again. It's killer. So that is Point Blank by Greg Wilson. Now we're going to move on to number 4.
Yeah.
Okay, so it uses a deck of cards. Now, normally I'd do this with my jeans pocket and I'd be standing up, but I'm not standing up, so we'll do it from my jacket pocket. I want to make sure there's nothing in there. Yeah, can you do me a favour, Thea? Can you reach into my left jacket pocket, make sure there's nothing in there? Right, I'm reaching into my right jacket pocket. Don't stretch my pockets, please. No. Was there anything in there?
Nope.
No? Good. Right, so here we go. Watch carefully. We give the cards a shuffle, first of all. The cards are mixed up. And then the idea is, Ryan, you have to pick a card. Now, ideally, I want you to pick a number card, not a picture card. That would be good, but it's completely up to you. If you can grab a card for me, that would be great.
Number card, not picture card.
Yeah, because you're going to write your name on it, and it's not going to show it very well on a picture card. Okay, you got one?
Yeah.
And when you've got the card, I want you to take this pen, and I want you to sign your name in big letters on the face of the card. Not on the back, but on the face.
How long have I got? 5 seconds.
You got 5 seconds. I'm going to look this way, and I'm going to count. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's it. That's 5. Okay, can I turn back around now? Will the card be face down? Can I turn round?
Yeah.
Rylan?
Yes, you can.
Yeah.
How many times do you have to get a spectator? You count them in as to how long they've got to sign the card. It's
Do I have
ridiculous.
5 seconds?
You don't get to pick a card.
Aww.
I don't care. You picked lots already. Right, here we go. So your card, do me a favour, just say stop.
Stop.
Put the card there.
I hope you find it. Looks very cool.
Well, Thea, do you see the card, yes? Yeah. So the card goes, we'll just bury it a little bit further down just to make sure it's completely lost. Do you want to push it in for me, Thea, just to make sure it's... There we go, lovely. So somewhere in here, somewhere is your card. Now, the idea is I have to make the card vanish and appear in my pocket. And the idea is very simple. All I have to do is this. If I snap my fingers, there's nothing in my hand, and now in my pocket there's one card and one card only, and that's your card. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
I never saw.
Oh, no, it was. I wouldn't cheat you. Look, one card only in my pocket. That's the card, and you outlined all of the bits on it. Wonderful. Now, here's the thing. When I do that... Now, that was pretty impressive, though, seriously, wasn't it? The card going in the pocket, yeah? Yeah? Apparently.
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay, good. I'll do it again. Look, some people think that I throw the card up the sleeve, across the chest, down the other sleeve and into the pocket, and that's how it works. That's what people do. I don't do that.
What
You
do
see,
you
the
do?
card goes down in the middle, you push it in, you give a little riffle, you snap your fingers, you show your hands empty, you reach into the pocket, you bring the card out, you show it, and it works every single time.
Do it one more time and pull your sleeves up.
It's nothing to do with my sleeves.
Pull your sleeves up then.
Help me, Michael. Right, okay.
I like your tattoos.
Thank you. It's not like you've never seen them. Right, so this time, with my sleeves rolled up. Now, I didn't throw it up my sleeve. I can't throw it up my sleeve. The other thing that people think is they think I'm palming the card. They think I'm holding the card secretly in my hand. Well, actually, first of all, right, just reach in again. There's nothing in there, is there?
No.
See, that's why I have people check my pockets first of all, so you know it's empty.
This one.
Okay, we're not even using that pocket, but that's fine.
Yeah, nothing in there.
So people think that I palm the card. They think I hold the card secretly in my hand, I reach into the pocket and I pull it out. That's what people think I do. Now, I don't do that. It would be fairly obvious if I did that. First of all, you've got to make sure that the pocket's empty, which it is. Second of all, you put the card in the middle, which it is. Third of all, you snap your fingers, and then when you do, you show your hand empty, you reach into the pocket. Thea, check this out. Hold your hand out for me. No, just pocket over here. Hold your hand out. Check it out. It works every single time. How cool is that?
That's really cool.
But would you like to see a big finish? Because there's a rule in Magic here. Every trick needs a big finish. Would you like the big finish? Watch. The pocket you felt empty. I'll try and get it into this. Watch. On 3. 1, 2, 3. Did you see it go? Now, Theo, I went one step further because now every single card is here gone except for your card right under. The reason is reach in the pocket, see?
Theo, you're blind.
That would
You
be.
clearly have no sense of touch because, like, you couldn't feel those cards. Like,
I know. You just couldn't feel them. You put your hand in your pocket, you couldn't feel them.
Like,
So
you don't
weird.
understand, Mum. I'm just a little tiny card. You missed the whole deck.
Okay, so the next trick we are going to be looking at is Greg Wilson's card to pocket routine. Now, this was on Pyrotechnic pasteboards, and the card to pocket routine is killer. Now, I had to go back and relearn this because over the years, my card to pocket routine has radically changed. I've included Greg Wilson elements in there. I've got some of my own sequences in there. I've got sequences in there from several other big name magicians. And when I went back and watched Greg's card to pocket routine, I was just so impressed with the streamlined nature of what it was I was seeing there. Now, obviously, you know, you'll recognize the opening sequence of Stars of Magic, but it's how Greg has put everything together and the way that he's actually routined it. And honestly, I remember really struggling with sort of a deck to pocket style sequence when I first got into Magic. I remember trying to learn David Williamson's version from Williamson's Wonders and just thinking to myself, I'll never get away with that. And then it was watching Greg do this sort of thing that made me realize, no, this isn't just possible, it's easily attainable. And it's kind of just an attitude thing. And it was when I actually realized that a lot of my Magic changed to being more ballsy and doing stuff that, you know, a lot of people think, well, can you get away with that? You know, card in the box, that sort of thing. And I was always scared of doing those sort of sequences. And it was watching Greg do this routine that kind of changed that in my mindset. So, you know, card to pocket is a classic. For me, it's up there with card in the box. It's up there with with Ambitious Card. All of these multi-phase style routines are great because what they allow you to do is take a very quick visual moment of magic, like the card going in the pocket, and repeat it again and again and again. And each time you repeat it, it gets more and more impossible. So there you go. If you haven't learned a card to pocket routine yet and you want to, Greg Wilson's is one of the best. Right, we're going to finish off now with one final trick, and that is Revelation in Spades. Playing cards here, guys. By the way, this is Ryan and Thea, my kids. Thea, do you see the cards?
Yeah.
They're all there, they're all different. Are you happy with this?
Yeah.
I am going to have you, Thea, just touch a card.
Okay.
That one there, have a look at it. Don't remember the card, just tell everyone what the suit of the card is. What's the suit? Is it a club, a heart, a spade, diamond? Tell everyone, what's the suit?
Spade.
It's a spade, right, brilliant. So now that means that I have to try and find all of the spades in a deck of cards. A deck that has been thoroughly shuffled and mixed up. I have to try and find all of the spades. Now it starts off, and I'll try and find them in order. So the first one would be the ace of spades. The ace of spades is quite a hard one to find, but if I just cut in the right spots, I can get the ace of spades. Apparently I'm the only one impressed by that. I thought that was quite good.
That's pretty cool.
What would the next one be after the ace of spades?
Two.
Be the two of spades. That would look something like that. That's the two of spades. Probably wondering where the ace of spades is. Yeah, it's the one behind Ryland's ear. Don't worry about that. That happens sometimes. Just don't worry about it. It's fine. Now we've got the ace and the two. We can actually use the ace and the two to find the three. Are you ready for this? Watch, all I have to do is do this. And now look, there's the three right there in between the ace and the two. You want me to do that again with the four? Watch, 1, 2, 3. There's another one right there. And that would be the, oh, hang on, that's the 3. That means this one must be the 4. So I'm getting confused with myself here a little bit. Let's see if we can do this again. Watch, we've got the ace, we've got the 2, we've got the 3, we've got the 4. What would the next one be? It'd be the 5, wouldn't it? Thea, just touch a card. That one there. That one there?
Yeah.
Are you sure? Glad you touched that one because that's the 5. Well done, Thea. High five. You're amazing. That's brilliant. I tell you what, Ryan, you can do magic. So let's see if we can do this. I'll riffle through the cards like this. You say stop wherever you say stop. That will be the 6 of spades, okay? Anytime you want to.
Stop.
Be honest, tell the truth, don't lie. Is this the 6 of spades?
No.
That's the 4, but that's close, right?
Yeah.
It's kind of close, but if I take the 4 of clubs and I just take it and wave it, I can turn it into the, oh, hang on, that's the 6, that's the 6, that's right.
You're looking for the 6.
I was looking for the 6. What's after the 6?
7.
Yeah, that's right, that would be the 7 right there.
Where's the 6?
The 6 is I just cut in the right spot, and that's when I get the 6. This is confusing me, what about you? So we've got the ace, we've got the 2, we've got the 3, we've got the 4, we've got the 5, we've got the 6, we've got the 7. Let me see if I can take the 8 out. Well, I'm not going to take an 8 out, but I'm going to take out this card. Not this card. Let me just cut in the right spot first. Give it a cut. There we go. I'm going to take out this card. You see that card there?
Yeah.
Do you know why I'm taking out that card?
Why?
Because jokers are wild. I don't know if you know this. In the deck of cards, jokers are wild. It means that jokers can stand for any card in the deck. So if you want to, you can take that joker and just do that and turn it into the 8 of spades. That's why jokers are wild, you see. Makes sense when you think about it, or at least it does for me. I tell you what we'll do, Thea. I tell you what we'll do. We'll see if we can go one step further. Okay? One step further. Watch very, very, very carefully and do not blink, not even for a minute. I want you to take a card out that's not a spade. Take a card out that's not a spade. Turn it over. What did you get? Did you get a card that's not a spade? Yes, you did. That's another joker. That's amazing because joker's wild. You take, how many seconds did I say? 3 seconds, right?
3 seconds.
3 seconds, so I get the 9. There you go. That's the 9. It's confusing me as well. Watch if I snap my fingers. What's inside the box?
Nothing.
Nothing. That's because you haven't snapped your fingers yet, Thea. Do me a favour, snap the fingers. Amazing. That's such a great snap. When you do, hopefully, let's have a look inside the box. Yeah, there's the 10. Well done, Thea. You did amazing. That's great. So we've got the 10. So we've got that. Now that just leaves the court cards, the jack, the queen, and the king. The jack is a little bit more difficult. I say a little bit more difficult, but not a lot more difficult. What you have to do is you have to just cut in the right spot. Now, if you get the right spots, I can cut, boom, to that 4, that pesky 4. That wasn't a jack, was it? Watch, if I take the 4 and put it on the face, that's when it turns into the jack. There we go. That's the jack. Now that leaves us with the queen and the king. The queen, when I snap, actually, you snap your fingers, Thea. Do you know what happens when you snap your fingers? The queen goes into my pocket right over there. That would be the queen, and that leaves us with the king. Do you want me to do this in 1, 2, or 3 seconds?
1.
1 second. Watch the deck. 1 second looks like that. That's when every single card vanishes, except for the king of spades, and that's the ace, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, jack, queen, king, in order on the suit that you suggested that you wanted. Thank you very much. Now, the final routine that you just saw was Revelation in Spades. And Revelation in Spades is an absolute masterpiece. Now, for years, I've done multiple selection routines. And I love big tables doing multiple selection routines. I've got a tattoo version on my arm. But sometimes it takes too long, right, to get 10 people to pick cards and control them. Yeah, it takes too long. Greg was the first person I saw do this style of routine. Now, full disclosure, I've changed the Revelations in my version around to what Greg did, just because I believe that when you learn this sort of routine, you want to try and make it your own. And the best way to make it your own is to go, well, okay, I understand the infrastructure of this trick and I understand what you're going to do. Now, let me work out the best way to do it so that I'm using moves and sequences and sleights that fit my personality as opposed to the person that's actually teaching me. So a lot of the sequences in my Revelation in Spades routine is different, but in essence, you know, it's all based on Greg Wilson's brilliant idea. And if you don't do a multiple selection routine or a revelation routine of this kind, you know, this is a closer to any card act. It really is. And Greg goes through everything with a fine-tooth comb. If you're wanting to put, I mean, honestly, the 5 routines that I've taught you on this, the 5 routines that I've showcased to you on this video, you could do a killer card act out of this. You could open up with pyrotechnic pasteboards, do a deck switch, turn it into a regular deck. Then you could go into Phoenix Split, produce the aces, then do box spring and find the aces from a shuffle deck inside a box. Then you could do card to pocket and make the entire deck go into your pocket. And you could finish off when you've brought the deck out your pocket you've you've rung in another deck with the aces, the spades in position to do the final revelation, and then you go into revelation in spades as a finale, and talk about a killer set. That would be like about a 15-20 minute set that would just bring the house down in any scenario or any situation. So there you go. That's 5 routines by Greg Wilson that are absolutely phenomenal, and you can find all of them on either Card Stunts or Pyrotechnic Pasteboards from Penguin Magic. So there you go, guys. That's another video in the bag. Do me a favor, let me know what you think in the comments down below. Now, you want to see more videos like this, like the video, subscribe to the channel. Don't forget, if you haven't already joined the Netrix, please do so by going to www.thenetrix.com. It's my online streaming platform for magicians, and it's available right now. There's hundreds of tricks on there. We add new tricks all the time. But don't forget, if you want to learn the material that I showcased to you today, just go to Penguin Magic, and you can get it from Penguin Magic as a download. Just look up Card Stunts, look up Pyrotechnic Pasteboards by Greg Wilson. Either way, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you again soon. My name's Craig from Magic TV.